Hello everyone, this is Ep41 and welcome to episode 41 of Ep20's FTB Revelations Let's Play series, where today I am thinking about what I want to do next. So we did a really nice and fun build last episode with nuclear craft, and we got ourselves a cool nuclear reactor going at a remote nuclear site, you know, just in case radiation bad. Which, I mean, radiation's bad, right? I'm thinking we should consider what to do about this radiation that we got going on out here. Because, I mean, I don't know exactly, exactly what generates radiation in nuclear craft. Maybe I could look into that. So I'm pretty sure just the existence of stuff in, like, chests or in the reactor is going to cause radiation. So what I'm thinking is we need something to reduce it. Now, there's a block from nuclear craft. Let's see. These guys give off radiation. Isn't there like a radiation scrubber or something like that? Hey, yeah, there it is. Reduces the radiation level in chunk it is placed in. Its effectiveness is dependent on the amount of free space around it, removing a maximum of 12.5% of the radiation in its chunk. The collective contribution from all scrubbers in the chunk will stack linearly, requires 25 RF a tick to run. Okay, so basically, we need an extreme alloy, huh? And then some borax, which we should be getting, and some elite plating, which requires crystal binder, which requires DU plating, sulfur, uranium-238 oxide, huh? Or just regular 238. And crystal binders, calcium sulfate, magnesium dust, pulverized obsidian, and crushed rhodochrosite. Ooh, alright. So, radiation scrubbers is my to-do list for this moment. Let's look into making some of these. I think that's a good plan, right? How am I for patterns? Cool. Let's get a couple more of those. So let's knock this out real quick, right? So I need you to know how to make that, right? We need to know... I think we have borax, right? Do we have borax? No. Maybe not. That is a thing that needs to be made. Borax solution... is a chemical reaction between a bunch of things, and a fluid enricher could do it. Nope, that's just with the existing borax. Boric acid and sodium fluoride makes borax solution and hydrofluoric acid. Sodium fluoride comes from... oh my. I don't think we have sodium fluoride either, do we? That looks like a lot of stuff. I was thinking this would be a little bit quicker and easier to get going. I was not prepared for a big, whole, complicated crafting chain today. Boric acid comes from water and diborane, which comes from hydrogen and molten boron. Good times. Look at all this. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't ready for a big, whole, long crafting chain today, so maybe I'll skip that, which is fun. And what I'm thinking, maybe I'll just, like, see how bad the radiation gets out there. And if it gets bad, then maybe we'll make scrubbers and see how quickly we can clean it up. Because, I mean, like, right now it's only at, like, 1 to 2 MRADs, whatever that is. And if I grab my Geiger counter out here, we can actually right-click it to see how many rads I got on my... See, that's not a lot of rads. I got hardly any rads. I'm fine. This is fine. Everything's fine now. I'm not going to worry about it too much. But I guess I'll throw this pattern in here just because, right? So let's do something else today. I think I have an idea. All right, so since I'm taking a break from the nuclear craft stuff for now, we're definitely going to make a bigger reactor at some point in the future. But I think we need more resources and more stuff before we can really break into that. So what I'm going to do is keep running the miner here. But the other thing I want to start working on today, just because it's something that takes a long time to get going, so I want to start it now, then move on to other fun projects, and then circle back to it later so that we have what we need. And that, my friends, is environmental tech. So this is a mod that I haven't played with for a little while either. It's basically a bunch of multi-blocks that create some cool and powerful structures. There's ones that generate power by way of solar energy, there's ones that mine for resources, and there's basically just a bunch of different cool things in here that you can get. So what I want to make is a void ore miner, because the way environmental tech works is as follows. In order to craft, there's multiple tiers of things. There's lightning controllers and solar arrays and all this cool stuff that you can actually get some pretty powerful things from as you progress to the mod. Early versions of it is pretty weak and you don't get much of anything, but later on in the mod you can get really powerful and really good things, but it takes time. So most of these things are broken up into different tiers. So you can see tier 1 through 5, 6 here, tier 1 through 6 here, tier 1 through 6 here. You get resources and ore miners and botanics and lightning controllers and all this cool stuff. Tier 1 requires litherite, okay? And litherite is crafted from artificial dyes and flint and diamonds, so it's not too bad to get. That's how you get tier 1 stuff. Tier 2 is made using erodium. Now, erodium is made using erodium crystals, which you can only get from a tier 1 void ore miner. So we have to make a tier 1 void ore miner to mine out the tier 2 crafting components. And those of you who are good at pattern recognition can probably guess that tier 3 void ore miner requires a resource that you can only get from the tier 2 void ore miner. So in order to get to the tier 3 level of environmental tech, you need to get the tier 2 stuff going, right? So basically you have to tech up through environmental tech's void ore miner system to get access to the higher tier crystals. So all the way up to the Aethium crystal, which you can only get from a tier 5 or 6. And I think that's about it, right? Aethium is tier 5 and 6? Yeah. So like tier 5 gets you access to the thing needed to make tier 6. And then tier 6 can get all the things, right? And I mean, you can get, like, tier 6 will still get you, or tier 5 will still get you the previous tier's things. So that's pretty cool. So what we're going to work on today is making a tier 1 void ore miner so that we can start mining up the resources to make a tier 2. Now, the tier 1 void ore miner is pretty slow. It's not going to do a very good job of generating resources for us. But once we get to, like, tier 4 or 5, it actually gets really fast and powerful. It also gets pretty power hungry, but there's also like solar arrays that generate a decent amount of solar power. So it works itself out, okay? So let's get started working on this stuff, right? So to get going, one of the first things we're going to want to teach this guy how to make is litherite crystals. That seems like a good time. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Let's teach you litherite crystals. Boom. Now, cactus, I don't think you know how to make cactus dye, or green dye, right? I never taught you this? No. So why don't we teach it the smelting recipe for this dude from cactus, because that's the thing that we're producing lots of, right? And then the other thing we're going to want to look at is lime dye. So would you just be smart enough to do cactus and bone meal? You are. And I love that. I love that you're smart. I love how smart you are, buddy. Redstone furnace looking good. Okay, cool. So now we should be able to get a decent amount of litherite, right? And then this litherite would be this recipe. And let's get the void ore miner going on. So that would be this dude, right? Hey, that's a different... Really? That's wrong. That's the lightning controller. That's what it has to be. We want void ore miner. This guy. Yeah, that looks more right. That looks cool. We want to know how to make interconnects, right? This is an important recipe here. We'll probably go with this. You are made like that. And you're made like this, black concrete powder. Or just black concrete. Wait a second. Does this seem like way more... Oh, this makes 4 of these, but it uses iron? This looks like such a cheaper recipe. I don't know why we wouldn't go this route. Let's switch that back up. This one stays, right? But this guy, we're gonna go this recipe for it. That just means teaching it how to make black concrete though, right? Which shouldn't be too bad. We could fluid infuse or we could fluid transposer it with water. Let's do the water fluid transposer bit. That sounds like a good time, right? And I mean, there's several things that we have to pipe into water. So like maybe we'll just have a dedicated fluid transposer for that. I like that idea, right? So let's go thermal. Let's get... My, oh my, somebody's going crazy. Are you running over there? Oh, you are. Probably turn you off at this point. Wow, you've actually maintained your power. I accidentally left this thing running for a long time. How's... Oh, yeah, no, that's a lot of things. All right, good times. I accidentally left that running for a while. Whoops. All right, fluid transposer. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy peasy. So this guy's going to be a dedicated water one. So let's get sink. Do I want to do this way? For now, we'll do this. I think that seems reasonable, right? Yeah, I think that's a reasonable approach, right? And then we're just going to hook this bad boy up here. I like that plan. So what we're going to have here is probably the sink will chill here, right? You're going to do that. And then your down will be extract, right? You're also going to want some power. You're also going to want some item. We'll break this for a sec, and then we'll toss an interface. Just get a few more of these bad boys, because, you know, they're nice to have now and again. Get to work, kids. All the crystal growth. Boop. And our fluid transposer. And your back will be accepting of fluids. Ta-da! Your down will also be accepting of items. And then your back will also be the output for items, which will be on the... There you go. Sweet. So now what I can do is teach you that black concrete comes from... Yep. Black concrete powder. Cool. And then we should teach you that black concrete powder is made like so. And that seems reasonable to me. And this would be the fluid transposer for that. So now if I asked for concrete powder, or black concrete for that matter, we're missing an ink sac? Really? How do I not have ink sacs? I've killed many a squid. How do we not have ink sacs? I'm actually very confused at that statement. That doesn't make any sense to me. Highly suspect. I've killed many a squid. I know that for a fact. I've killed many a squid. And I don't believe for a second that we don't have ink sacs. But you should be working now. Done already? Yeah, it worked. Sweet. Alright, so the other things we need here are a diode, which isn't too bad to make. Especially because we've got all the glass in the world. Speaking of having all the glass in the world, can I take glass out of here? Like, I don't think we need to know how to craft glass now, since we're kind of keeping in stock about 2048 of it. That seems cool. And then we want a lens, right? Let's do environmental tech, because I just want to look up the proper lens. Lenses are nifty. Clear lens is probably what we want for now. That'll be fine. There's multiple types of lenses. I would like a crystal one, but that requires some erodium, so it means leaving this running for a while. Lenses focus the laser to make it find better things. So basically, like, for example, light blue lenses, right? That focuses on Certus quartz. So if you use a clear lens when you're mining, you have a 1.3% chance to get Certus quartz ore. But if you're mining with a light blue lens, it's a higher chance to get Certus quartz ore, right? Same for like things like platinum, right? Crystal laser lenses are awesome. That's the one you generally want when you're teching up, because it increases your chances of getting the crystals that you need, right? So it goes from 1% to 4.4%. However, it takes a hefty amount of erodium to make that happen. So that's the bummer of it. But it is what it is. So we'll get this going, crafting this up. Let's get our void ore miner. Let's get our... actually, that's pretty much it. That should be cool. Lots of crafting operations should be going on here. Not too shabby. Cool. Now, the other thing we want to get from environmental tech is the thing that'll help us build stuff. So let's get one more litherite crystal. Boop. And get ourselves an assembler. Okay. So the assembler is what's going to help put things together. So if we were to pop this dude down here, right? Oh, he's getting power? Where's he getting power from? Oh, right. There's the little thingy under the ground. Right. Assembled false. Let's see. Required blocks. There you go. That tells you what the required blocks are for the multi-block structure of this thing. So we need structure frames of tier 1 or above and structure panels, right? So most of the multi-blocks here require some kind of structured panels or frames of different sizes, right? So there's your structure frame tier 1 and structure panels. Look good to me. What's a clear structure panel? That's neat. I like that kind of. That's cool. I don't think I've ever used these before. I want to try them out. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so we need 20 structure panels, right? And we need 24 structure tier 1s. Now, as you can probably guess, structure tier 1s are used for tier 1 machines, structure tier 2 are used for tier 2 machines, and those also require the tier 2 materials, right? So structure frame tier 2 uses erodium. So we need a hefty amount of erodium to get a tier 2 void ore miner. But that's not going to be too big a deal. So the auto crafting is a cooking. Cooking. Making a bunch of black concrete here, interconnects, that's cool. I can only assume that you're doing your job. Oh, where's the water? What's going on, water? North is not extract, down is extract always active. Yeah, why you, Oh, right. There you go. I thought I set that to both in and out, but maybe I just misclicked it. Not too shabby. And then the other thing we need is 2 laser cores and a laser lens of any type, right? So the laser core is this dude. I meant to make a pattern for him, because we're going to need more of them as time goes by, too. 2 laser cores and a laser lens of any type. We'll just do a clear one now, because that's all that really makes sense. Because remember, my main goal here isn't to generate resources, it's to generate the upgrade materials for our multi-block structure. So now, the other thing we want is a flux plug tied to Darrell 20's network. That works perfect for me. I also wouldn't mind, how about a crate? Crate sounds like a good time. Now, where do I want to plop this dude? I mean, we could put him in our sub-basement here. That would be neat. We could put him outside, because it would be cool to, like, look outside and see a big laser drilling into the earth. That sounds kind of fun to me. Yeah, maybe we'll, like, line him up here-ish. Let's try that. Hey, building gadget, where are you at? Probably don't want to use sand. This looks like a good time, right? Now, these guys do need to mine bedrock, right? So it's a void ore miner, so it either mines the void or bedrock. So, typical Minecraft advice, never mine straight down. But you know Darrell, you don't really listen to that. I actually somewhat frequently mine straight down. It's a little bit funny. Looking good, right? Straight down to that there bedrock. Whee! And then we can use this dude to build our void ore miner. So let's give it a shot, shall we? So I think it's just hold right click. All right, I made all the things. I don't have them in my mind. I'm like, why isn't it building? Come on, structure, build. Oh, right, I don't actually have the items in my inventory because I'm a smart person. Hey, that's cool. Sweet, assembled true. Nice, required blocks. That's beautiful. Now, I thought there was a way to see the next tier of what's required, but maybe that no longer is a thing. So you now need power. Boop. Which you have. And you're using 660 RF a tick, which isn't terrible. It's a lot, though. It's not cheap. It's not cheap if you really think about it. 660 RF a tick is not a small amount of power. And the duration is 400 ticks, which basically means it takes about 20 seconds. Yeah, 20 seconds to generate a resource. Hey, look, we got our first one, man, infused ore. Sweet. So that's just going to sit there. That's it. We're done. Environmental tech done for now. But I wanted to kick this off early, like I said, because generating the erodium we need is going to take a while. So basically I wanted to set this up and forget it and come back to it at some point in the future. So that is good to go. All right, guys, so this thing's been running for a few minutes here. And you know what? It's actually gotten a decent amount of stuff. Hey, rock crystal ore comes up from this thing. Well, that's exciting. Mostly because I think that might be what I'm working on next. I think I want to get into astral. Because you know me, I love me some astral sorcery, and I'd like to do the whole thing, right? The whole shebang. We played with it a bit recently in DDSS, but I still want to do it. I still want to have some fun with astral. So I think that's what we're gonna play with next. So right now, what I'm doing is looking for a few aquamarines. There's some. Hooray! I'm gonna want more of these dudes for sure. Definitely gonna need more aquamarines. They're generally found underwater in sand. That's the gist of where you can find aquamarines. So usually, like following along rivers or something like that, you'll find them. Generally speaking, right? Not a huge bit of luck right here so far, but you know. See what we can find. Hey, there's some more squid. I'm telling you guys, I've killed a bunch of squid recently. I feel like I really have. So I don't know why I was out of. Yeah, like look how many. Where'd all my ink sacs go? I have no idea. That's crazy to me. Alright, any more aquamarines for the time being? I'd like to have a few more. Got you, squid. Let's see. Any more aquamarines around here? I'm gonna have to find like a better source of these things. Because they seem rarer than I'm used to seeing them, but it might just be my bad luck with the world gen, right? There's not a lot of sand in this river, right? So that's probably only 7 aquamarines. I'm gonna need a few more of those. Let me see what I can find flying around the world here for a minute, real quick. See, this is what I'm used to seeing, something like this. That's what's up. Now we're getting somewhere. Totally make sure you've got looting, because aquamarines drop like redstone, right? So you actually get a decent amount of them once you find a couple good nodes. All right, let's do the thing. So to get started with astral sorcery, right, we're going to need an astral tome, which is just going to be some parchment. And bada bing, bada boom. I don't think I had an astral tome already. We have found a few constellation papers, which is cool, which we can throw into our astral tome by shift right-clicking. And right-clicking it brings up our little guidebook. So this is definitely one of my favorite mods. I really do find it to be a fun one to play with, because there's some really powerful rituals you can get out of it. And I'm laying the groundwork for a lot of mods. And then we're going to move into the more advanced stuff in a lot of the mods, right? So we started with blood magic. We did some foundational stuff. We did Thaumcraft. We did some foundational stuff. We're doing Astral now. We're going to do some foundational stuff. And then we're going to make some more advanced and powerful stuff. And we should have some pretty strong control of pretty much the whole world by the time we've got all these magic mods maxed out. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here, right? All right, so I think what we want to do to get started here is check out. We happen to have a nice little astral temple right above our base, which is super handy, right? Now, have I been in this one yet? I've been in a few. I'm assuming I haven't really been in this one. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have, because usually I middle click to sort inventory chests. It's a bummer, though, that there's literally no pages in here, but it's all right. So this is a floating crystal. It has a little bit of energy in it. If we pop a crafting table nearby, it's going to power it up, and that will allow us to make resonating wands. Cool. I thought I grabbed aquamarines. Oh, that's right. I did grab aquamarines, but then I found some in a chest and put them all away. So resonating wand is what's up. Boom. And that's cool. So in order to do the basic craftings in Astral, you have to have you just have to place your crafting table near a floating crystal. But that's like literally like the first and probably only recipe that you're going to start off with here. Further down the line, there's a few other things we might wind up doing, but for now, that's probably going to be it. So that got us going, which is cool. We might have one or two more, but we'll see. But yeah, it's actually pretty neat how it automatically finds a nearby. Yeah, it's so cool. Look at how neat that looks. Look at just like the subtleties of the visuals there. So good. And it should be getting close to nighttime. Most things with Astral happen at night, because Astral Sorcery is all about the magic and power of the stars. Right? Now, luckily, we already have a blood magic set up so that we can turn it to nighttime automatically. Speaking of blood magic, I'm just curious, how's my LP doing? Do I not have my thingy in here? Maybe it's in here. Oh, yeah, it is. Look at that. 563,000 LP. You're doing a good job. Good job, buddy. Even without too much craziness. All right, so that's cool. So it's getting to be dark out. So the next thing, so if you read through the book, you'll get some information, right? Constellation paper found in chests. We found some of that throughout the world. And they, show us constellations. So we can look at them. And there's also constellation tab in here. So the ones that you've found so far will show up. There's a bunch more that we haven't found yet. So with that, research is what we're getting into now, right? Ancient shrines. So that's just talking about those nifty dudes. Maybe place a crafting table close by would yield something interesting. Yeah, we totally need to do that. We did that. Making a resonating wand, right? We already did that. Maybe there's something deep underground is the little hint we're getting. Talks about marble and sooty marble crafting and the different types of ores that are available, like aquamarine and rock crystal ore. So we've already gotten one rock crystal ore over here. So that's nifty. Man, we're getting a lot of ores. Ooh, firestone ore from Railcraft. You're talking. Some good stuff going on here. Dimensional shard ore. Yeah, this thing was a good idea to set up. So to get really started in Astral, the first thing we're going to need to make is a luminous crafting table. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So to make that, I think we have to make this at the table that's in the thing. We need some marble. We need some sooty marble, and we need a crafting table. Yeah, that looks cool to me. So one of the things we're also going to need, since it's nighttime, is rock crystal ore. That's found way down at bedrock. Way down, right next to bedrock. Very rarely in the world. Luckily, holding the resonating wand in your hand will illuminate areas where you might find it, right? So here's a little bit of an illumination, right? So that tells me there's probably some down here underneath this area. So if we were to pop down, like right about here-ish. And away we go. Do I have torches on me? I do now. And this is another thing that drops like redstone, so make sure if you're going to grab this to try and have fortune on your pick or drill or whatever you're using, because that's going to be an important thing for you. You'll also notice that there's some sparkles that show up in the world, like you can kind of see it through the ground, right through other blocks, so that's pretty handy. Cool. So theoretically, we're going to see you. Here's some lithium ore. More lithium ore. And there's your rock crystal ore. Nice. Ta-da! And we found rock crystals. It's worth how much? Achievement get. All right, any more nearby? Generally, it's like 1, maybe 2. Sometimes you'll see some like farish away, but not a big deal. Let's get out of here. Boop. Use my construction paste to refill that in, because that's what was used before. And then, hey, look, there's probably the other node that we were looking at. So that's not too bad. So we just dig straight down, which, Minecraft. How many times have I done that this episode? I don't know, everybody says not to dig straight down. It seems safe enough to me. Says the person with modded flight and awesome armor and basically a teleporter in case he lands into lava. It's all fine. Hey, look, there's rock crystal ore. Ta-da! And you get a decent amount of it, to be fair. It doesn't hurt to double check that there's not more. Hey, look at that. It's like a little Oblivion hive. Neat. So that's probably a good start, right? So let's teleport home. So we're going to want more of that rock crystal ore as time goes by. Now, the thing about rock crystal ore is each of these crystals has attributes on them, which we'll get deeper into as we play throughout the mod. Something seems to be here, but your understanding of it is not yet revealed. So we'll find that out as we advance. So let's get the table that we need to craft with, right? So that would be the luminous crafting table, is that right? That's what we need. So can I get, I guess, marble bricks and a crafting table. And then we also want some sooty marble, right? So that's not going to be too shabby. And I think we just craft that up here, right? In this dude, I believe. It does say plus starlight. Hey, didn't you? Oh, right. Hooray! My vision expands. So we just learned about exploration. Sweet. And now we can set this thing up somewhere in the world. So we should probably decide where that's going to live. I'm thinking, like, this is kind of my magical base structure area. Like, I could probably terraform this land. We're probably going to do this next episode, but maybe over on this side, to the left of the Thaumcrafty, because, like, if you think about it, Astral Sorcery is kind of like white magic-y, right? Like, it's there's nothing negative about it. It's not bad. It's not like, it's a kind of like a white magic type thing. Where blood magic, totally kind of like a dark magic, right? Like, I mean, it's blood magic. I mean, that's not white magic. Let's be honest. It's not good. And Thaumcraft is pretty neutral, if you really think about it. Like, it's not like positive or negative. So I kind of like the idea of like a white magic, neutral, and then black magic type setup. So that's what I'm thinking. So let's do this. Let's wrap up the episode here. I'm going to come back next time. I'm going to flip through and see what suggestions you guys have posted towards me for astral structures. I'm going to try and pick one, and then maybe next episode we'll come back and build an astral structure. Does that sound like a cool idea? I hope so, because that's pretty much my plan for the next episode. All right, for now, Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time and get started with astral, get started with, playing with some things and some stuff. For now, take it easy.